Hey guys, Coach Carly here with your mobility session for today. So, I know that after doing all the workouts from this week so far, I'm really tight in my thoracic spine, which is the area basically where your rib cage is, so between the neck and the low back. So, I figured what we would focus on today is that thoracic spine. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. And I know some of you didn't like the 2 minute holds, but I like to change up these mobility exercises. So today we are going to hold each of these stretches for 2 minutes. And we're going to go through it one time. If you really don't like this method, you can go either to holding 1 minute and do it twice through, or the 30 seconds and do it 4 times through. I just like to change it up because I think it is good for the body to have a lot of variation, just like we see with our exercises. So, our first one that we're going to do for 2 minutes is our thread the needle. So, I'm going to do it on my right side first. We're going to come into that quadruped position. From that quadruped position, we're going to reach down and through, trying to reach that hand through even more with every exhale. And I'm actually laying my right shoulder on the ground. We've got 2 minutes here. We're halfway there, so you're 1 minute in right now. All right, let's come out of that stretch. We're going to switch sides so you can come back to that quadruped. I'm going to face around so my head is facing you, and we're going to reach through either with that left or the side that you didn't get. Now, if you don't feel much in your mid back, what you can do is sink those hips down just a little bit so you feel more of that stretch in the mid back. We've got 2 minutes here. Nice job, guys, with every exhale, just trying to reach that arm through just a little bit further, or sinking those hips down towards those heels just a little bit further. You're halfway. You got 1 minute left here. All right, come on up out of that position. Our next one, we want to work on stretching those pecs out a little bit as they connect to that rib cage in the front and the shoulders. And after those push-ups we did this week, I'm sure we're all feeling them a little bit. So we are going to do a lying pec stretch. If you don't like the lying pec stretch, you can always go up against a wall and rotate away, and that'll give you the same stretch. But if you're going to do it on the ground, we're going to lay flat down on our belly, arms out to the side. You're going to take this right arm, in my case, and right leg up and over, and you should feel a stretch in the front of that shoulder. Again, if this is too much pressure, you can go to the wall for this stretch as well. We've got 2 minutes here. With every exhale, just trying to walk that left hand if you're in the same position as me, or right hand if you're on the other side, back behind us a little bit further. You're halfway right now. You got 1 minute left. Try to relax that head down to the ground if you can. If you need a pillow, you're more than welcome to put a pillow under your head for this, just as long as you keep that neck nice and relaxed. Nice job, guys. Let's roll out of that. And we're going to switch sides. Again, I'm going to turn around so I'm not facing away from you. We're going to do that same stretch. So now my right arm's out and I'm rotating over with my left leg. 2 minutes. Halfway there, guys. We've got 1 minute left. Really try to reach that hand behind you. Walk those fingers back. Or try to rotate that trunk more and more away towards that back wall. Could be a little bit better of a stretch. All right, guys, you can come up out of that one. Our next one is going to be a global flexion of that thoracic spine. There's a couple ways that we can do this. The first way we can do this, if it's okay on your hips, is to lay down on your back and come up and grab hold of those legs. So with this, we're flexing everything. This will require a little bit of strength in your neck. You can lay your neck down. It just decreases the amount of flexion. This, in order to do this one, you have to have no pinching in your hip right now when you do it. And if you want to keep that neck lifted off, you have to keep that chin tucked down. Don't let it fall back into extension. Okay. The other option we have is if you have a stability ball, one of my favorites to do is just to come over the stability ball, hips tight against it, arms tight against it, and just let yourself relax over that stability ball. What we're doing is we're opening that back up a little bit. So if you have a stability ball, I recommend this one. If you don't, the other one is perfectly fine. I'm going to do the stability ball. If you want to do the other flexion, you can. We've got 2 minutes here regardless. With every exhale, if you're on this ball, what you want to think about is kind of pressing that thoracic spine up towards the ceiling, just like we might do in a cat-cow position when we're the cat. Really on that ball, pull that belly button in, driving that thoracic spine up towards the ceiling. We're over halfway now, less than a minute left. All right, guys, you can come up off of that ball. If you have a stability ball, keep it around because we can use it for our neck stretch. So we've bent forward and we've flexed the spine. Now we want to extend the spine. And extension is much more important probably at this time, especially if you are sitting at a computer a lot. Because generally when we sit at a computer, we bend ourselves forward. So we kind of want to reverse that. This is also going to be really good for stretching out your pecs as well. So if you do not have a ball, you can use a couple pillows piled up instead. Or if you have a foam roller, you can use a foam roller. Or if you don't have a foam roller, you can use that rolled up beach towel. We've done this one before. If you have the beach towel, it's going to run right along the spine. Okay. If you have the pillows, you're going to put them lengthways. So your torso is actually laying on the entire length of the pillow. If you have the stability ball, which is what I'm going to use, you're going to use that ball on the mid portion of that back with the head resting on the ball. Shoulders are going to come out. Regardless, whether you're on the foam roll and the foam roll's lying along the length of the spine, or you're on that beach towel, length of the spine, or the pillow, you're going to let those arms fall to the side because we want to open up that front chest area. Okay, here we go. We've got 2 minutes. Nice job. Try to be as passive as possible in this stretch. If you are on your stability ball, you're going to have to use a little bit of glute activation here. I don't want you sinking your low back down. That puts way too much extension there. So you are going to have to use those glutes a little bit here. So you get a nice butt workout in addition to this nice passive stretch. If you're on the foam roller or the beach towel, just kind of let everything relax. Keep those knees bent though and your feet flat on the floor. We're over halfway now. Nice job. Really control that breathing. Inhale and exhale. Nice work. We've got about 25 seconds left. Keep those shoulder blades pulled together. All right, you can slowly relax yourself out of that stretch. Okay, our next one, you can kind of get rid of that ball or towel or whatever you were using for that last stretch because we're not going to need it. Now we're going to go into a seated rotation stretch. So we're going to be in that long sit position. I'm going to take my left leg over my right leg and I'm going to rotate myself to open up. Really working on thoracic rotation here. We've got 2 minutes. 2 ways that you can increase the rotation here. You can take your, in my case, my right hand and push away on that knee, or I can take my left hand and pull myself back towards that back wall. Whatever seems to work for you better, or what you feel like you get a more effective stretch with. One minute left, guys. Very nice job. Control that breathing. Keep that neck nice and relaxed in this position. Shoulder blades are pulled down. All right, slowly relax yourself out of that. We're going to switch sides here. So now my right leg's going to go over my left, and I'm going to rotate open the opposite way. It's not uncommon to have one way tighter than the other. I know that I'm tighter this way. I could also be a little bit tighter this way because we just rotated for 2 minutes the other way. So I'm asking my body to be opposite right now. We've got 2 minutes, well, less than that now. All right, guys, we have 1 minute left here. Nice job. Slowly relax yourself out of that stretch. Okay, guys, those stretches were great. Now, what I want to do is I just want to finish a little bit with some of those mobilizations in order to maintain that new range that we gained in our thoracic spine. So, what I want us to do first is just some cat cows. So, we're going to be on all fours in that quadruped position. What I want you to focus on is driving straight up towards the ceiling and then slowly relaxing it down. If you want to take this up a notch and you have a fully round band, you can put this on your back and you really want to focus on driving up into the band. So we'll drive up into the band and then slowly relax to let it bring us down. Whether you're doing it with or without the band, we have a total of 20 right now. The reason I like the band is it gives you a little bit of resistance. It also gives your nervous system an idea of exactly what you want that thoracic spine to do. So any type of input that we can give, that nervous system is super helpful. Nice job, guys. Once you have those 20, what we're going to do is we're going to do that rotational mobilization. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit back on our heels. From here, I'm going to put my left hand in front of my right knee, and I'm going to rotate open. I'm going to do a total of 20. So I'm going to alternate sides. This will give us 10 per side. By sitting back on our heels, essentially what we're doing is we're taking away what rotation we may have in our lumbar spine, and we're focusing that to our mid back. Really nice job, guys. Our last one that we're going to do is we're going to do that bear crawl into down dog 10 times. I really, really like this one, especially when you go up into that down dog position. Really allow that chest to sink down and through. We're going to do 10. Really, really nice job, guys. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, and I will see you tomorrow for your mobility.